coffee success our Coffee Success monthly training, which is the most amazing Saturday morning, full of absolute golden nuggets and golden gems. Like, I don't even do golden gems, absolutely, you know, so many amazing tips from some of our top leaders from all over the world. And James here, if you can all give him a big thank you, because he puts it all on for us and gets all the speakers organized. And my name is Paula Wilkinson, and I am going to be, as I said, co-hosting with Sara, and we are going to be talking today, live the dream. So who is ready to live the dream, or who is already living the dream with Juice Plus? Yes, a lot of us are already living the dream. So please put in the chat a good morning, what you're excited about this morning, and also, are you ready to live the dream? Okay, so I'm going to introduce our first amazing speaker. It's our gorgeous Sara Mohon, who's a NMD in the business. Everyone who knows her absolutely loves her. Her energy is absolutely infectious, and she is hugely successful in the business with an amazing team, and her mindset and her get up and go is absolutely second to none. And Sara is, as I said, an NMD. She does her business around her 2 children from home, so she's a busy mom, and she is absolutely amazing. And she's going to be talking today how to create raving fan customers. Are you there, Sara? And can we all give us some love, please?
Good morning, everyone. Hello. Excuse me if my voice sounds really croaky. I feel like it's a bit of a blur. We were at the Grove Boot Camp yesterday. I drove to Manchester and back in the day, so like 9 hours driving. But it was such an incredible day. I love that Paula put in the chat that she's 25 minutes up the road. Like, thanks for that, Paula. We got stuck on the motorway. It was horrendous, but it was such an amazing day. So huge congratulations again to everyone who was there and everyone who qualified, because those events just take your business next level. So well done, everybody. So I am going to be talking to you today about how to create raving fan customers. And again, you know, what an incredible topic to be talking about. You know, customers are obviously the backbone of our business. It's what we do. Without customers, we don't really have a business. So I'm really excited to be talking to you about this today. So I think how to create raving fan customers is all about doing more than we get paid to do. People can order our products anywhere. They can order on the website. They can go to, you know, loads of other mentors. Firstly, you need to be giving them a reason to come and choose you to order their products with. And when people do order with you, they are putting their trust in you. They've got some health goals. Maybe they've been a bit nervous. Maybe they've been thinking, you know, what do I want to try? Who tried numerous plans or diets over the years, fad diets before you found Juice Plus? And we know how incredible our products are, how they make us feel. So it's really, you know, a responsibility to these people who put their trust in you. So please don't just process orders and then forget about them. That, you know, it can happen occasionally if you've got lots of clients, maybe one slips through the nets, but in general, you know, we don't want to be signing people up and leaving them to it. They're not going to get good results, and it really gives us a bad name, I think. So we need to be making a conscious effort to be looking after our clients and getting them some really amazing results with the product. Good customer care is going to lead to results, recommendations, referrals, reviews, retention, which is a big one, and then hopefully into recruitment as well, because we all know that customers do make the best team members. Just out of interest, if you was a Juice Plus customer before you started in the business, pop it in the comments. Just interested to see what the sort of ratio is. So there's going to be loads, isn't there? And some of the most successful people in our business were on the products before they joined the business. I know we've got Jane on the call today, who's just hit an MD, and I know we've also got Kelly, and these are people who were on the products, loving the products, seeing good results and joining the business. So we really need to take that as a sign that when we look after our clients, they're going to join the business, they've already got that passion, and they're going to do amazing as well. So our aim, the whole aim of the game really, is to create long-term clients. You'll hear from people who have been in the business for 10, 20 years, and they've got clients that have been with them for 10 or 20 years. Like, how incredible is that? We want clients who are going to stay with us. It doesn't happen all the time. Obviously, we get people who maybe reach their goals and they stop taking the product, so they don't reorder. So, it happens to us all. Don't feel, that you're doing something wrong if that does happen. But as I said, the aim is to create the long-term clients. Otherwise, you're constantly, say you've got a bucket, I don't know, a sand bucket, bucket and spade, I'm a mum, and you're constantly putting your new clients in. But if you are not looking after them and they're not staying with you, they're just sort of dripping out the bottom, and you're constantly having to refill this up. So in the long run, what we would like is that they stay in and we just got this lovely overflowing bucket of clients. And as Jeff Roberti says, retention is your pension. And on a side note to that, Jeff Roberti, a top tip, if you've heard him speak, you've probably heard this before, that he always sort of drums it into us: you need to build a capsule business. Building a business on rock and not on sand. When people are ordering, shakes and stuff with you, it's incredible. But what we really want to try to do, the shakes might be what bring them in. They might, maybe have a weight loss goal. It's, the majority of my clients come to me for weight loss. So we'll get them in, we'll get them started up on the shakes, get them some really great results, but then we really want to be trying to get them on the capsules. We know how incredible our capsules are. And I think it's quite frustrating sometimes for me that we have this reputation as a massive weight loss company, because of course, and that's coming from someone who's lost 5 stone on the product. So I know they're incredible for weight loss, but we are so much more than that. The Juice Plus products are so incredible. Every single person in the whole entire world needs to be on Juice Plus, says the crazy Juice Plus lady. So bring them in. It might be on the shakes. They've been maybe on them for 3 or 4 weeks. They're seeing really good results. And then you say, look, you need to get on these capsules. They're going to make you feel amazing. And again, entertain me. If you are on the capsules, the Juice Plus capsules, I want you to pop a comment in the chat how long you've been taking them. Because for me, it's 6 years, nearly 7 years. And I feel terrible when I don't have my capsules. Can anyone, cement that? You do. You feel rubbish. If you don't take them for a week or 2, you start feeling your energy levels going down. You feel really rubbish. So we know when we get our customers on the capsules and they are using them, the likelihood is that they're going to stay on them because they're going to feel these really incredible benefits. And that's when you're going to have these lovely long-term clients. So as I said, make it your aim wherever possible to bring them in and get them straight onto the capsules. And on that topic, just a little side note, this is something that I've got on my to-do list at the moment. I have a reasonably good knowledge of the capsules, quite embarrassingly not as good as it should be after 6 years. So what I've set myself a task to do is to, go onto your office or log into the hub, print off all the information that you can find about the capsules. If you don't have a printer, obviously write it out. This is just sort of like a side note that you can do when you have time, maybe in the week or something, when your kids are sleeping or eating. Or you can go back and watch one of these calls where we've got the amazing Sue on, and she does her talk on the capsule. She's incredible. And literally what I'm planning to do is just watch it and rewatch it and take notes. So we really have that incredible knowledge. Like when Sue talks about the capsules, and she's like, the omegas do this, and this is what I recommend. That's the type of knowledge that we need to have, so that when we're talking to someone, we can find out what problems they're having. Most people are, whether it's sleep or digestion or gum health or, whatever it is. And we can relate that to our capsules. Obviously, we're not making medical claims, but we could say, there's this really incredible study on how they help with skin or how they help with anti-aging or collagen or whatever it is. And you can relate the capsules to that. So we need to be problem solvers rather than salespeople. And when we're talking to someone, we find out what issues they're having and we can relate the product to that. So that was just a little bit of a random thing that I'm focusing on at the moment, because having spoken to Jeff quite a lot, I do want to be focusing a lot more on building that capsule business and having that really rock steady business rather than, something that's going to be up and down. So it's just something that I'm focusing on at the moment. So how to take care of your clients? Firstly, this is sort of the plan that I follow. When they are signed up and they've got, their order's been processed, the first thing that I will do is send them the welcome guide. I paid last year to have a new welcome guide made. It's really lovely. It's got a recipe book in there. It's got loads of lovely different stuff, like a tracker and everything. You don't have to go out and do that. A lot of people have uplines that have already done that for them, hopefully. Or you can even create your own one, but hopefully you've got access to one. So send them the welcome guide. Have a chat with them and make sure you know their goals in depth of what it is that they want to achieve from the products, and then speak to them about how they get started so that they feel confident getting started. Our plan starts with a week's detox. I know some people do, some people don't. So I'll talk them through how they're going to go about that, and point them to where they can find it in the guide. And then sort of what they're going to do when they've completed their detox and how they're going to be moving forward to that with that. And then you want to be adding them into your customer support page or your uplines one, and then really encourage them from the beginning to share their update. So in an ideal scenario, we want to be building their confidence. We want your clients to be, at the end of the day or at the end of the week, posting in your customer page saying, oh, here's my meal today, I'm really enjoying it, this is what I'm doing on plan. And on that note, you need to ensure that you are doing the same, and hopefully your team are doing the same, so that you're leading by example, and just setting a good example for your clients. Sorry. Next, we want to be staying in regular contact with our customers. So some people might have a specific day of the week where you check in with your clients. I do this. It works really well for me because I have quite a lot of clients. That doesn't mean that throughout the week I don't speak to them. I always say to them that I'm going to check in with you regularly, but of course, if there's anything you need, anything you're struggling with, just pop me a message. Now, you might have a customer broadcast list. For me, I've been on calls recently, I've been doing some training and stuff, and there's people who say that this broadcast list changed their business, it really took them, really helped them with their customer care. And I totally agree with that. It just didn't work very well for me. I have quite a lot of customers, and when I put them on it, so a broadcast list is something that you do on WhatsApp. You create the list, make sure you message your clients first so they save your number, or else they won't receive your message, and you add them all into a broadcast list. And then say in the morning you can send out a recipe or motivational quote or a shake example. And what it does, it goes to each of them individually, so they don't necessarily know that they're on a broadcast list. They just think, oh my God, you're the most amazing mentor in the world, you're messaging me every day, how incredible is that? If you can do that, I would really recommend it. For me, when I was doing that, I would then have an explosion of messages, and I get really stressed out if I've got so many messages in my, popping up and I can't reply to them. But it does work really well for a lot of people. So give it some thought and see, or trial it and see if it works well for you. Another one is to have a WhatsApp group. This tends to work better for me personally with customer care, rather than having a separate broadcast list. So, it's a bit of trial and error to see what works best for you. And something that specifically works well for me at the moment, rather than just a random WhatsApp group with, however many clients in, doing a specific challenge group. So you might have done Shredtember, you might have done Droptober. So what I'll do, anyone that's participating in that challenge, I will put them into a specific WhatsApp group. That for me has probably been the biggest thing. It's been the most interactive one. I don't know if it's because it's short term. I don't know if it's because these people are specifically on that goal, but that for me has been working really, really well. So right now, what I'm doing and what you could do is be thinking of a challenge that you can do for November. And it might have the way I would go about this is you want to be thinking of a catchy name. November's quite hard. On that note, if you've got a catchy name for November that I can nick, put it in the comments, please. Because we've had Shredtember, Droptober. What goes with November? I'm struggling. So if you've got any, I'm rubbish with things like that. So if you've got any thoughts, pop it in the chat for me. So you want to think of a catchy name for your November challenge. And then you want to create a flyer or create some content. It might be some posts that your team can use. You can put them in your Slendervember. Oh, I've got to write that down. I do like that. Sorry. Distracted. That was really, really, really good and very quick as well. Thank you. I'm meant to be helping you, but you're helping me. Great. So then you can create a file, might be in your mentors page or wherever it is, of the different content, the posts, the pictures that you and your team can use. Then you want to be getting your team on board and getting everyone excited about the new challenge. Sorry. Right, move down. I've been struggling through this. And then you want to be getting excited and creating a countdown. So we're so excited, our November challenge is starting in 10 days time. Who wants to get some amazing results? Who's been thinking of getting started? You can do a countdown on your stories, really build up that momentum. And you need to think of what extras you're going to be offering. Sorry, I need to speed it up a bit. You need to think of what extras you're going to be offering with that. You might be doing a meal plan, cook along dinner videos, workout challenges, step challenges. We've done hula hoop challenges, skipping challenges. You might do local walks or runs or meetups. Basically, you want to be doing more than we get paid to do. You might do a prize. So I'm going to start talking really fast now, but you might do a prize for whoever does really well with the challenge, who's most consistent. It could be a voucher, a goodie bag, a shake pouch. You could do certificates for anyone who completes the challenge. I done a free franchise once for whoever completed the challenge. That went down really well. But you want to get them amazing results, then you're going to recognize and reward them. You can tag them on your page, and then you can ask them to do a post and tag you in it, and that's going to mean that all of their friends are going to see that post, and the likelihood is that they're going to have people underneath that are going to comment and say, oh my god, you're doing amazing, you look amazing, what are you doing? And they're going to be their potential clients, and then you can invite them into the business. And this is the foundation of what we do. So you need to lead by example, walk the walk, be a product to product. Start planning ahead now for November. And just again, another side note, we have got Salted Caramel coming. Yeah, who's excited? I am so excited. I won't lie, I'm not a massive tropical person. I do like it, but I'm not a massive fan. But salted caramel, that is a bit of me all day long. It's my favourite, so I'm very excited. So for now, the advertising the tropical, it's available till the end of the month. Or no, I think that's the European countries, but yeah. Now, at the end of this month, you can process your own salted caramel order. I think partners can process up to 3 orders, not available to clients until the 8th of November. Get your order in as soon as it launches at the end of this month. Can put some money aside now if you need to. Start thinking about that. Then, product launches are going to take your business to the next level. Anyone who's been in the business a long time will tell you that. So plan ahead, get yours first, share and advertise it. Message all your current clients and potentials. Your current clients, you can say, we've got Salted Caramel is coming in 10 days. I thought of you first. Do you want to be on my pre-order list? This is going to sell out. I really don't want to go over time, but this is so important. You want to get as many people on your pre-order list as possible. This is going to sell out. You need to be on this list. It's Salted Caramel. You're going to love it. And on the 8th of November, you want to have as many people on that list as possible. So when it goes live at 8 a.m, you've got 5, 10, 20 people that you've got them orders going in right away. If you're going for senior partner, sales coordinator, things like that. Even bigger ones, that's going to be what's going to take you to your next promotion. So start thinking about it now. It's going to take your business to the next level, will secure you your next promotion, and that's going to be a big bonus and a big payday just in time for Christmas. I'm finished. I'm so sorry.
Sara, you absolute superstar.
Sorry, I didn't realise it was that long. I thought I wasn't going to have enough to talk about because I was rushing, but I hope it's helpful.
Absolutely amazing, absolutely fantastic. So everybody, can you please put your top tips in the chat there of what Sara's just shared with us? But I just absolutely love some of those points there. Retention
Paula.
is your
sorry. No, go on. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. Sorry.
And just I just wanted to just say, and having those monthly challenge, absolutely fantastic. And as Sara said, we have to look after our clients, because otherwise it's just that bucket, they just fall right through, and we have to start topping up every single month. And with the client, with having capsule clients, it's much easier to retain them as well. Have you got a guest, Sara?
I have, yes. Sorry, she's going to really briefly tell us her amazing story with the products in the business so far, really nice and quickly. Claire, are you there?
Thanks so much, Sara.
Thank you. You just need to unmute yourself, Claire.
Hi, good morning everyone. Happy Saturday. So a little bit about me. So I've been in the business for 3 years and I am QSSC. I think what it is I absolutely love the business. I love the products and it really has made me who I am today. I've obviously, I had a toxic marriage many years ago, which obviously is not a very nice place to be in because it knocks your confidence, your self-esteem. And I kind of, I lost myself a little bit. I was working in a 9-to-5 job as a restaurant manager for CSCs. And even though anyone who's done hospitality before knows it overtakes. So it was, I loved it and stuff like that, but I just never felt it just wasn't enough. Obviously working a 9-to-5 job, well, it wasn't actually 9-to-5, it was more than that. There was never enough hours for yourself throughout the day. And obviously I came across Juice Plus because I needed to better my health. Even though I thought I was healthy, I wasn't really, to be fair. So I come across my upline, and obviously she was having the time of her life, always bouncing around, full of life, like happy all the time, and I wanted some of that as well. So obviously I started the business and the products at the same time, and within 2 weeks, no word of a lie, I started to feel it was incredible. I mean, obviously I on the shakes and the boosters, then I started on the uplifts and the capsules. I absolutely love the capsules. They are definitely I'd say my number one product. They definitely have helped me, as well as the shakes, because obviously I suffer with diverticulitis disease, so I have to be very, very careful with what I eat. So obviously when you've got any kind of bowel issues and stuff like that, it's very hard for your body to hold on to food. So obviously the shakes are absolutely incredible for me, as same as the capsules, because my body is getting all the goodness and it's staying in my system. Whereas when I was eating all the fruit and veg and stuff like that, certain foods you just can't eat because it goes, I don't know what I say on it, it goes straight through you. You just can't hold, and you can actually see that I was really run down and washed out. So love them, got them. They've really helped my diverticulitis disease. And also, and I don't want to take medical claims about this, but 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and bipolar. Now, I was on 150 grams, I think was it, sertraline, which is an antidepressive, and quetiapine. I was on 50 grams of that a day. I no longer take that no more. Now, I'm able to, because obviously, even though I go a little bit wobbly sometimes, but that's just it's all in the mind, to be fair. But if it wasn't for the community that I was in, and if I hadn't come across Juice Plus, I really don't know where I would have been today. Because like I said, suffering with, depression, mental health issues and stuff, it can have an impact, and you can actually feel quite lonely. And that's one thing, obviously, like the business, I'm not lonely no more. We have an amazing group of girls, and like I said, I'm absolutely loving the business, and I just love who it has made me today. And also I just want to put it out there as well, because I was always nervous. I can be quite shy still sometimes, but obviously I've kind of, it's stepping out of your comfort zone and pushing yourself. Not like, you don't really want, but the more you do push yourself, the more you're going to thrive, the more you're going to progress, you're going to carry it, and you're just going to smash it out every day, to be fair with you. So I just hopefully, someone's watching this and thinking, oh, I don't know if I can do that. You really can do it. But like I said, I love the business, love the products. I'm back in the full swing of things. Obviously, I've had a few major setbacks. One being I lost my mum just over a year ago due to suicide. So again, that's like a big impact. But again, anyone who is going through anything like that, you just got to take it day by day, be kind to yourself. But again, the business has enabled me to have time out with my family, work on myself, and come back a bit better and stronger. So this is the whole reason. I just love it. I love everything about it. And what else? And yeah, that was it. And just like I said, the products are just incredible. Really have made me feel amazing, and just love it. Love to be part of it, and I won't be going anywhere. Yes, I think that's it really. I just wanted to keep it short and sweet. Otherwise, I think I could have you on here telling my whole life story, but I'd say to you, how long have you got today? So maybe another time. But that's it really. So that's a little bit about me. And like I said, I am so excited for the salted caramel shake as well, because I love the salted. I mean, I always add little salted caramel into my shake and stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. And that's it really. So there you go, Sara. Is that all right? Is that enough? Or do you want to ask me any questions? She's muted me.
No, that's fine. Sorry, I thought I was going to hand over to Paula.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Paula.
Thank you so much, Claire. Honestly, that was absolutely incredible. I mean, I've never heard your story before, and honestly, I just feel like this business has just helped you so much.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, it really has.
No, just anyone who's in the business, it just warms your heart to hear stories like that. So absolutely fabulous what you've shared, and you know, wish you all the best of luck as well. And you're absolutely glowing. You look absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you for having me on today.
Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing. So now we're going to move on to our lovely Andrina Crumpton, who's Club 100 PMD and has been in the business for 6 years. And she has been working full-time after she stopped working as she was working as a regional manager. She's from Scotland, and now as I said, she's been working in the Juice Plus business for 3.5 years full-time. So Andrina is going to be sharing creating the mindset for success. Are you there, Andrina?
Yeah, hi everybody, happy Saturday. Thanks, the speakers were amazing, so many amazing top tips. So James asked me to come on today to talk about mindset, and I think that's something that's so important, not just in business but in life. Like, mindset is a life thing, it's not just a success thing. 95% of success, I always say this to my team, that 95% of success is always in your mind. It's not just about being successful. Like, it doesn't matter what you do for a job, whether you do this full time, or I was quite lucky that my previous career, it taught me a lot about mindset, which was a good transferable skill to bring across to this business. I feel that so many people join this business and they don't give it their all. And that's definitely down to mindset. It's down to them not believing in themselves. It's down to them not seeing their full potential in themselves. And I'm sure that you could maybe relate. There's probably people within your team that maybe give up far too soon, that they just didn't see the potential within themselves. So why do most people hold themselves back? They just come up with excuses and loads of self-doubt within their mind. They say they don't have the time, they don't have the money. What are people going to think of me? What if I fail? Like, that's the main one, I think, that people say. We hear it again and again, don't we? We hear these things again and again. You say them to yourself. If you want to admit it and put it in the chat, if you say these things to yourself, you can put that in. I used to feel the exact same way, but there's never going to be a perfect time to do anything. There's never going to be a perfect time to go after your goals. The only limits that we've got are the ones that we create in our own mind. That's such a fact, that the only limits that are out there are the ones that we put on ourselves. So none of the reasons that people give you are viable for them not to go and get started to be the very, very, very best version of themselves. And I believe that in life, you are a direct reflection of your mindset. So if you think about that, if you have a mirror, you are a direct reflection of your mindset. Where you are now is all because of your mind. Your mindset affects your job. It affects your bank balance. It affects your relationships, your happiness. It affects your doubt, your whole outlook on the world. I could go on, but it literally affects your success, your desires. It affects everything. Okay. So when you understand that your mindset affects everything around you, you'll then decide that you need to change it. Because sometimes life is tough. Sometimes you do have really low thoughts or a poor mindset, a lack mentality. But as soon as you understand that everything that happens around you is because of your mind, you'll make a more conscious effort to go and change it. Happiness and mindset is an inside job. So here's some things that we should be doing as amazing Juice Plus ambassadors to help strengthen your mindset on a daily basis. So number one, you need to go and eat like you love yourself. We are the best ambassadors. We're health ambassadors for the best product on the market. You can't eat poorly and expect to feel amazing. That just goes hand in hand. We already know this stuff. So fuel yourself right and watch your life change. if you eat, like, we know if we eat poorly, we're going to feel poorly, we're going to not have much energy, we're going to probably want to go for a nap or go to our bed early, we're not going to wake up in the morning with a buzz. We've got to practice what we preach. You need to realise the products that you've got and take them every single day. So to have a really strong mindset, you need to feel energised, and that all starts with the gift of health that we've got to fuel your body in the right way. Secondly, you need to move like you love yourself every single day. You've got to move. You've got to get your endorphins going. You've got to get the flow out there. If you're just sat on your tush, like locked away in an office or sitting on the couch doing some work, whatever, you need to get up and get out in the fresh air. Like, you can, everybody is like, I'm the same. I go to the gym like 4 times a week and I always like, oh, I can't be bothered. But you never walk out of the gym feeling bad. Never. You when you go for a walk, you come back feeling energized. That's what your body needs to let the endorphins out, and it just helps your mindset so much. Motion creates emotion, so just get your move on, get out there and get moving. I love this one, and this is so important. And I think this is probably one of the ones that people struggle with the most, because they might feel a wee bit silly, but you need to speak like you love yourself. This is vital, and it's probably almost as important as nutrition. You need to wake up and tell yourself you're amazing. You need to do affirmations, you need to journal, you need to do your gratitudes every single day. And people maybe feel silly doing that because they don't value themselves, they don't respect themselves. And again, that's that lack mindset. So the more that you do it, the more habitual that it will be, and it will get easier, it will get more comfortable, and most importantly, you'll start to believe it. So speak like you love yourself. Wake up every single day and say, I'm skint, I'm bored, and I'm unhappy. Guess what? You're going to be those things. If you wake up every single day saying, I am powerful, I am fearless, I am a PMD, whatever you want your affirmations to be, guess what? You're going to be those things. You've got to be kind to your mind, and that, like, if you don't take anything else away from what I say today, please take that part away. You have got to be so kind to yourself, because you're the only person that's got your back 100% of the time. Be your number one cheerleader. Cheer for yourself more than you cheer for anybody else, and just watch how things change. As I said, daily affirmations, journaling, manifestations, Lizzie's just wrote in the chat, all of these things help to strengthen your mind. Following on from that is behaving like you love yourself. So just treat yourself with that respect. And I think that, especially, like, I've got a lot of mums in my team, and I think that they sometimes leave themselves behind because they're looking after so many other people. They're maybe looking after their kids or their families or whatever. So treating yourself with respect daily. Be brave enough to tell yourself what you deserve in your life and what you're going to accept. If somebody else is treating you poorly, it's okay to put the barriers up. You don't need to let that in. Don't settle for anything less that's going to make you unhappy, because that's never going to end well. One of the tips, I'm going to invite one of my girls on at the end of this call just to tell a wee bit about her story, but one of her things, that what she always says, is get up, dress up and show up. Every single day you want to be the best version of yourself, and that's not something that you should frown upon. It's something you should take pride in every single day, just to respect yourself, and don't let anybody come and pee in your brain with any negativity, just like, because that's when the negative doubt comes in, the self-doubt, the negative thoughts, the excuses, all of that different types of things, because thoughts do really become things. So instead of having the self-sabotage kind of mindset, be so conscious of the stuff that you say to yourself. We have so many thoughts on a daily basis, and as soon as one of those bad thoughts come into your head, you need to flick it out. That's literally, if that's what you need to do, oh, I can't do this, flick it out. And once you get into that kind of habit, you'll need to do it less. It'll be less that you'll need to do it. The only limit that we have within our lifespan is our mind. So make sure that every single day you work on yourself, you watch yourself transform into the best version of yourself. And that is just through all of the things that I've spoke about to help strengthen your mindset, because without having a strong mind, we're never going to go and pursue our goals. We're never going to believe in ourselves to take ourselves to the next level. So what I want to do is I want to invite one of my girls on. I hope that was all right. I've rushed through my talk. I'm conscious I speak very fast. But one of my girls I'm going to invite on, who's been with me right from the start. She is my first teammate that I've ever had, and she's still here. So I'm going to invite her on because I met her when she was 17 years old, and she's just adopted everything that I've taught her about mindset, and she's got one of the strongest mindsets that I've ever seen in my life. So I'm going to introduce Caitlin Cunningham to come on and tell you a wee bit about her story and how mindset's important for her.
Oh, thank you so much. You absolutely smashed that. Buzzing. Yeah, so my name is Caitlin Cunningham. I joined the business in 2017. I joined, obviously, Andrina was my boss in our old job. So I joined while she was like pestering me to join. She was like, come on, you need to do this. Like, I was just a young girl at the same time, and I believed in everything that she done, and that was one of the main reasons that I did join. So I'm 24 years old, I'm a QNMD in the business, and for me, it's definitely been the best decision that I've ever made in my life. I was a customer to start with as well. Just like obviously Sara was saying at the start, it's so important that you are someone that falls in love with the products, and that's what I've done over the years. I have been able to quit my full-time job. I do it full-time from home now. I moved city. I say that like it's a big thing. I moved from one town in Glasgow to another town in Scotland. And I got my own flat, and I got myself a French bulldog. So I've been really, really successful. Like, this business has gave me everything that I need. And it's definitely the main thing that it's given me is a really, really strong mindset. And that's obviously everything that I've been taught throughout the years. Before I actually joined, I was so scared about what people would say about me. So if you were also one of those people, please write it in the chat. I was only 18 years old. I had a really big social life. I was out every weekend. I had loads and loads of friends, like as you do. You're just left high school, you've got loads of friends. And I just didn't think I would be socially accepted, which is just ridiculous. Now, I was really young when I joined. A lot of people, there's not many people that joined at 18 years old because they think they're too good for this business at that age. And that's exactly who I was. I thought I was too good to do something like this. But I had been rejected to get into university and get into college because I didn't have the exam results. So my mind just changed, and I thought, why should I be labelled as an exam result when I've got an opportunity sitting in front of me that can help me earn as much money as possible? There was at the time there was only £78,000 worth of bonuses. Obviously, there's now £119,000 worth of bonuses. So that was it for me. I just decided to go for it, and that was the biggest leap and the biggest step that I took towards changing my mindset. Then progressing through the business to be successful as I am today in the business, it was getting up every single day and getting on every single call that there was. So I was working full time when I started. I'm also a dance teacher. I also do dancing. So my life was hectic. I was in work Monday to Saturday, sometimes a Sunday. And 3 of those days of the week, I was at dancing at night. So I was constantly on the go. I have a big, massive family. I've got loads of sisters. So I was a big, massive help from my mum as well. So I just had to screw the nut, get my mind right, and just go for it. So getting on every single call, getting up a little bit earlier, going to bed a little bit later, that was a big thing for me. And I really, really believe in the law of attraction as well, just what Andrina was talking about there. That's something that I learned from her, like what you think about, you bring about. And it's so easy, like we all go through our peaks and troughs where we're thinking about these things, where we're skint, or we've got no money, or we hate our house, we hate this, we hate that. We think about these things, but we're going to hate them even more if we keep thinking about them, rather than putting ourselves in the strong mindset that we've got and thinking about the things that we've already got good in our life. So one of the biggest things is definitely gratitude that I preach throughout life every single day. And obviously the last thing that I want to talk about that Andrina did say is, I've always said this: you do have to get up, you have to dress up, and you have to show up, and then you never can give up, because the days that you feel like you don't want to do it, the biggest thing is the gym. What Andrina said, when you don't want to go to the gym, you've got to go to the gym. Like, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it's a guy called Joe Rogan, and I don't know if anyone's ever listened to him, but I really like him. And what he always says, and it's quite putting it out there, and I don't want to swear on this call, okay, but he always says, I would be a fat F if I didn't go to the gym, because the days every single day he does not want to go to the gym, but he would be fat, is what he always says, if he didn't just go to the gym on those days. And that's it. You've got to have discipline over motivation. So that is it. Getting up, dressing up, showing up, and never ever giving up. And yeah, doing good for yourself. Just like Andrina said, it's total self-care. That is what self-care is. Looking after your body, looking after you, and looking after your mind. So yeah, hope that was okay.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. That was absolutely fantastic. I just love that, the way you just, you know, from 18 years old to what are you now, 23?
24.
24, absolutely incredible. God, if everybody did that at that age, imagine the world would be so powerful, wouldn't we, with women like you around. Absolutely fabulous. And Andrina, like, you've done an amazing fantastic job of you know, doing your like, your mindset today, but also of training your girls as well. Absolutely incredible. And I love that, you know, just get up, get dressed, and show up. And 95% of success is in your mind. And, you know, it really is. And when you go through the stages like that, like you've just gone through, it's so easy to say, you know, you think, oh, we're all doing our best. But then when you look at it and think, actually, maybe we are missing out this, and we're missing out that, missing out our affirmations. And, you know, how we talk to ourselves is just so important. So thank you so much for bringing all that together today. And so everyone, can you please put in the chat your top tips from Andrina and also from Caitlin as well, and give them all a big thank you as well. And then we're going to move on to our next speaker, who is Paddy Jackson. And Paddy was in the motor trade for 15 years as a Ford Master technician. His wife, Sabrina, came across our opportunity back in 2019 whilst on maternity leave, and decided to give it a go to help out financially. Shortly after, Paddy joined the company, and over the last 3 years, they have built an IMD and a QNMD business. And Paddy quit his job in, wait a minute, in November 2020. And himself and Sabrina are now stay-at-home parents to their 2 little girls and work their business around their lifestyle. And so Paddy today is going to be talking about working the marketing plan to make money. Are you there?
Yeah. Hey, Paula. Thank you. Hey, everybody. My name is Paddy Jackson. Only my mum and dad called me Patrick when they were angry at me, but you can call me Paddy. Okay, so I'm on today to talk a little bit about the marketing plan. But before I get into that, drop in the chats if you're currently PMD, Presidential Marketing Director, or NMD. Just type in your position, just for those two, because it's just proof and evidence that this marketing plan can be achieved. It's a success blueprint, and it can be done, which is great evidence there. So I know there's a good few PMDs on the business. I know there's going to be a PMD plus Sinead Kavanagh will be on to speak in a little while, which means that the marketing plan can be achieved. The company's obviously around many years, 52 years. The Juice Plus products have been around for 30 years now. So, you know, it is a well-established company and a marketing plan that works. One of the key things that I've always done, and that myself and Sabrina have always done, is that we know it works. So if there's an issue and I can't achieve it, it's nothing got to do with the products, the company, the business, anything like that. The problem is with me. And sometimes people like to blame a lot and blame other factors. And I obviously play golf a lot, those of you who follow me. But if I start blaming the golf clubs, and I start blaming the golf ball, and I start blaming the wind, that's not going to get me any better. It's not going to get me any more results by blaming other factors. So I have to always come back to me and know that, you know, what can I do to get better? And that's, you know, that's what's going to help you get through the marketing plan. But the beauty about this marketing plan is that everybody comes in at the bottom. They start at the same position. It's an equal opportunity for everyone. The company doesn't discriminate. You know, anybody can come in and give this a shot, which is absolutely incredible, which means you can change anybody's life just by simply offering them an opportunity. as somebody did for us. They've completely transformed their lives, just simply giving me the opportunity, because you don't always get the opportunities in a job. You know, someone else might fill the position before you, and you know, in a like, if you wanted a manager's position in a company, the position might be filled, and your only option is to move to another company, you know, in order to get more pay or get more money. So people will jump from company to company, but this marketing plan allows everybody to come in and achieve whatever they want to achieve. They want that income, or they want that manager's position, it's there. The company offers that to everybody. So the company has always tweaked the marketing plan from time to time. Like this month, we have an incredible incentive. We had a different incentive last month. So get familiar with the incentives, because there's always a chance to pick up an extra income. And last month they had that 1001, which was, I'm obviously in Ireland on the Euro marketing plan. Most of you guys are in the UK on the pounds marketing plan. But last month they had the 1001, which was giving you a chance to pick up an extra €120 bonus, £100 bonus. And then this month again, they have the 3 to 5 customer orders, where you can pick up an extra £45, I think it is £90 or €50, €100. So those incentives are there to pick up some extra cash. So obviously you come in, you start as a partner. I have a little printout of the bonuses here, guys. You can actually get this on this is the European bonuses, but you can actually get this on Instagram in the gifts, which is where I found it. So everybody comes in, starts as a partner. Sometimes when you look at this whole marketing plan, you can get overwhelmed, but what won't overwhelm you is looking at the first step. Sometimes we look at the marketing plan and go, oh my God, how am I ever going to get up there? You're looking at the whole staircase. But most of the time when we just say, okay, can I do the first step? That's what you need to be looking at. And you go, yes, I can do the first step. Let's just go for it. And don't dive too much into the whole marketing plan. Keep it simple. This is a simple business. Look at the next step. And then when you've achieved that step, when you have your 2 feet on the step, you look at the next step and you just take it one step at a time. And that's the way we done the business. And we went to sales coordinator, which is the 3rd position in business. And we went to a face-to-face meeting. I think Damien Brennan's on the call there. He's another PMD. But we met with Damon and he said, what do you want from this business? And that's something that I ask everybody as soon as they come in. It's not what I want for them. It's what do they want from the business? And when he asked us that question, Serena was after going on maternity leave. She was made the decision she wasn't going back to work. And the decision at that stage was that I would like to get out of work and make this a full-time income. So Damien, you know, this is a conversation you guys need to have with your NMD upline or your PMD upline or whatever, to figure out what you need from this business, or the position that you need to get to achieve what you want from this business. And for me, to quit my job, we needed an income of €4,000 per month. It was covering the mortgage and the bill. So I knew, okay, that's how much I needed to quit my job for us to be comfortable at home. So Damien Brennan gave us an idea of what kind of position we would need to achieve in order to get to that. So now I knew where I needed to be, and I didn't need to be at the top of the company to achieve that. Okay, I just needed to get where, you know, Sabrina needed to be at a national marketing director position, and I was okay at a qualified national marketing director position. So I knew that was our goal. So I was going to break the goal down then into steps. And again, we just took it one step at a time. We were like, okay, what's the next step I need to achieve? And we just took it month at a time, tried to achieve our goals. Some months were better than others. Some months we didn't get there. We didn't get down. We knew where we wanted to be, and we just kept going through the marketing plan and just attacking one step at a time. And you know what, month after month, you know, we kept getting those positions. And eventually, you know, Sabrina had reached that national marketing director position in 16 months. So the average for the company is 3 to 5 years to reach national marketing director. So you know, don't get too disheartened if you don't get there in time. You know, if you were going to ask James, you know, did it matter when you got to national marketing director? No, looking back now after 10 years or 20, you know, he's in the business 30 years, but looking back, it didn't matter when he got there, as long as he got there. So it's not a race. Stay in your own lane. You know, focus on what you can do and try and, you know, work on yourself harder than you work on the business. Try and grow yourself, grow your mindset to achieve the goals, and you will get there. Obviously, you can't give up, but know that there will be failures, there will be disappointments, but those are the lessons that you needed to learn in order to grow. So then again, you know, there's incredible bonuses. Somebody mentioned it there earlier. I think it was Kathleen. She mentioned the bonuses. Now in Ireland and most of Europe, it's 155,000 euro worth of bonuses, which is absolutely incredible. It's life-changing. Some of the guys who've been here from the start didn't have the opportunity to collect these bonuses, but people joining now do. Those are life-changing bonuses. I remember looking at those bonuses when I first signed up. I was like, wow. I was like, myself and Sabrina were in the business. I was like, that's 310,000 euro worth of bonuses that we could both collect. I said, like, if it took us 10 years to collect both of those, I said, you could buy a house mortgage free. Like 310,000 euro, like you could do incredible things with that money. You could start up another business maybe you didn't have the finances for, that was your passion. Or you know, the world's your oyster when you have that kind of money. And something that we've always tried to do is just trying to keep the bonuses aside and just trying to collect them and leave them building up there. So that's what we've been trying to do. But altogether, Sabrina went on then to international marketing director, and she collected the 19,200 euro bonus as well. So I think altogether over the 3 years, we've collected 50,000 euro in bonuses, which is incredible. And we've been able to do incredible things as Paula said there. I was able to quit my job in November 2020. We've been able to go to Portugal for the summers. We went in Portugal last year for 8 weeks. We done, you know, the year before for 6 weeks. We're able to take the kids, you know, on their summer holidays and do incredible things with this opportunity. So it has completely transformed our lives. But the whole point of going through this marketing plan is that just look at the next position of what you can achieve. Take it step by step. Keep an eye out for the incentives to earn that extra income. Companies always doing that, and the company's always tweaking the marketing plan. You know, 2 years ago QSSC wasn't there. You know, I think Sabrina was the first one in Ireland to collect that. It had only came out, and that was an extra 1,200 euro bonus to bridge a gap in the marketing plan. So they're always tweaking it, they're always adding in incentives. So you don't need to know the whole lot. Just focus on the next step, guys. And I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you get something from that. I'm also going to bring on my friend Maddie. I hope she's on there. She's just going to give her a little testimonial on the business. If you're there, Maddie, just unmute yourself.
Hi, Paddy.
Hey, Maddie.
How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Good. Okay, Maddie, just introduce yourself there and just share a little bit about what the business opportunity has done for you.
Yeah, so my name is Paddy Boyle, guys. I'm a mammy too. I'm a paralegal and I'm in my second year maternity leave. And I joined this business basically just to get a percentage of my own product. I had the most incredible results after doing my first 10-day shred. And I knew I was going to take these products for the rest of my life. So yeah, I had no intention of actually doing the business. And it wasn't because I didn't believe in it. I just didn't believe in myself, didn't think I had the confidence, and time was something that was an issue for me because I was working full time. I was a mammy also. And I thought it was like a traditional business. And I was like, oh, I don't have time for that. But I soon realized it wasn't like a traditional business. So as I went on my health journey, people come up to me saying, what are you taking? You look incredible. Your skin's amazing. You got amazing energy. So I realized that a lot of people had kind of like, you know, were stuck in the health world just like me and needed help. So I just joined just basically to help them. So my first year in the business, I was working full time, as I said. I managed to save every single penny, which we're so grateful for. Had this substantial amount of a little cash little bundle there at the end of the year. And I wasn't unable to do that before joining this business, guys. I never, ever had the opportunity to save. And it was actually good timing because I was able to go, I was going to start my first year maternity leave. And because of this business, guys, I was so grateful because I was able to take not 1, but 2 years out of maternity leave. I was earning an income every month. I had the freedom to stay at home, to be with my children, which is a big dream of mine. Because when I was a mammy, I said, when I was going to be a mammy, I said, oh, you know, I'd love to stay home with my children because my mom, unfortunately, didn't have that opportunity. And unlike what my daughter, when I wasn't in the business, I had anticipated taking a full year out. And unfortunately, I had to cut my maternity leave short after 7 months because I ran out of money. I'm financially independent. I've been all my life. and I was devastated because I had to, you know, I wanted to be with my kid, but I also needed money, you know, too. And not only that, I had to like you know, forgo so much stuff when I was on maternity with my daughter. But this time around, guys, I had to forgo nothing. My lifestyle is completely the exact same. I enjoy the exact same lifestyle. I get to go to the gym, get to have my beauty therapies every month, get to spend time with my friends. You know, I was in Australia, big coffee culture in Australia, get to have my coffee every morning, my favorite coffee shop, you know, get to pay for my family's health insurance. And it's all because of this business, guys. It's, you know, it's given me the freedom to do all that. And I'm very, very, there are only a few of the benefits that I've gotten from the business, and I'm very, very grateful. And yeah, thank you for listening.
Thanks, Maddie. And
No, thank you.
yeah, you're doing absolutely incredible. I'll hand it back over to Paula there.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Paddy. Absolutely love that. You know, I'm a huge fan of yours and Sabrina's. I absolutely love you. I love your page, by the way, for all the different motivational quotes and stuff you put on there. It's my favourite thing on your page. But yeah, things that I took away from your presentation today is to know your specific goals and, you know, speak to your upline about it, what you need to do specifically to achieve that. But probably most importantly is the accountability and holding yourself responsible. Like you said, the business works, the product works, and if there's something else, we need to look and think, what else can we be doing? So thank you so much. And also, Maddie, to hear that you was able to take 2 years maternity, that's just absolutely incredible, because those are the stories that I love hearing, because it just reminds you of what this business does for everyone and what it can do. So thank you guys so much. I am going to be introducing our next speaker. I'm very, very, very excited to be hearing from Jane today. So it's Jane Madeley. Jane joined the business in 2018 after a 4-stone weight loss journey, and she knew nothing about network marketing, probably about like most of us, and she only joined because she wanted to get her products cheaper. At the time of joining, Jane was a stay-at-home mum of 3 with 1 full-time wage not stretching far enough and struggling to make ends meet. So just from sharing her own personal journey, Jane hit this position of senior partner in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, crazy. And 18 months later in lockdown, she hit SC, QSSC and SSC in just 6 months. And then in January 2022, Jane made the decision to go for a 90-day game plan. And she hit QNMD in March and then went straight to NMD in August. Round of applause. I knew we said NMD. Huge, 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 huge achievement. And business has given her and her family time and financial freedom. And Jane's going to be talking to us about that exact 90-day game plan that got her to QNMD and NMD. So who's excited about that? Welcome, Jane.
Hello. Now I'm hoping my signal is going to hold, because we are on our way back from Manchester Growth Bootcamp. So I was like, right, we've got the notes ready to go. We'll just go with it. So I'm hoping the signal's going to hold enough. Can everyone hear me okay so far? Yeah, amazing. I'll just go. I'll just keep going. So that is exactly what I did. In January, I was like, do you know what? Enough is enough. I've sat at SSC for far too long now. It is time to go. And if I'm honest, I suppose I've heard lots of people in the business before say, I'm going to do a 90-day game plan. I'm going to do a 90-day game plan. And I probably have gone, yeah, I'm going to do one. It just sounds like more of like a committed DMO. And I suppose I've started one, but not actually properly committed to it, not actually properly done it. So in January, I was like, right, everyone says about the game plans, I am just going to do it. And do you know what? The biggest thing about going for your next position, the biggest thing about a 90-day game plan is actually making that decision. Now, it sounds really, really silly and really, really simple, but it's just committing to it and saying, right, I'm going to do it. Like, enough is enough. I'm going to do it. And that is exactly what I did. So I started a 90-day game plan in January. And in the March, I hit QNMD. I then started another 90-day game plan, and in the August, hit National Marketing Director. And they do work, guys, but you have got to be committed. So first thing you've got to do is obviously make that decision and commit to it. The next thing you really need to do is really thinking about revamping your DMO. So some of us will have really, really long DMOs. Some of us will do it every single day. Sometimes we won't be able to do it every single day. So what you need to do is do a DMO that has got your non-negotiables on. Sorry, I just need to... My husband's now trying to FaceTime me. Can everyone still hear me all right? Give me a thumbs up if you can. You can't write it, can you? Never FaceTimes me, and now I'm on a call in the car. He's going to. So you've got to have that DMO that you can actually commit to every single day. So actually, make your DMO more simple so that you can do it every single day. And I know that sounds, sorry guys, I don't know what my phone's doing now. And I know that sounds silly of saying actually make your DMO more simple, but that's what you've got to do, because it needs to be something that you can commit to, something that you can complete every single day. So have your non-negotiables on there. So things like, obviously, you're adding new people every single day. You've got to do that every single day. You've got to have, new people coming into your shop every single day. You've got to make sure you're posting every single day. You've got to make sure you're getting into people's inboxes every single day. You've got to make sure that you're showing up, that you're being a product of the product, that you're going live. And this was one of the things that actually came up so many times at boot camp yesterday. The amount of people that are like, oh, I don't like going live, I don't like going live. Lives build your business. People get to like, know and trust you. And that is when the order's going to come. So really, really make sure that you are focusing on going live. So make sure you've got that on your DMO. Also, so many people say to me, I can't do everything that's on my DMO. So have a DMO that's for every other day. So everyone's life, everyone's lifestyles will be completely different in this business. Some people might have all the time in the world to complete their DMO. Some people might have to be really, really strict. So I say to my team, if you can't get your DMO done in 20 minutes, you need to change it. Like, your DMO should only take you 20 minutes. Obviously, yes, you're going to have to come back and, do some messages later on in the day. And obviously, you can't do all your posts in one go. But if in a morning or an evening, you can't smash out your DMO in 20 minutes, you need to change it. It doesn't work for you. You're not going to be able to keep on top of it. And then you're going to miss things off. So what I've actually done with a lot of people in my team is said, right, send me your DMO. And I've actually split it up into 2 days. So that stuff that they'll do every day, your non-negotiables, and then stuff that you'll do every other day. So we all know things like income producing tasks, like chasing likes. They are an absolute must. But actually, what I've said to some of my people is put that onto every other day, so that actually it's more effective. You can go and you can follow up chasing those likes, in one hit every other day. Because then actually, you're probably doing more people. It might be that you've only got 10 likes to chase up on one day, but then the next day, if you do it every other day, you can blitz out loads more in one go. So really look at how your DMO works for you. Obviously, you always need those staples, you always need those non-negotiables, but do make sure that it is something you can commit to, because that is the whole idea of the 90-day game plan. You've got to be consistent, you've got to commit to it. You can't dip in and out of it. So if you have to make it simpler for you to be more achievable, then do it. Don't think, it's a 90-day game plan, I need to do more. No, because all you're going to do is be disheartened going, I haven't done that. But you have got to also make that commitment that you are going to put in a bit more effort. Like I always say to everybody in my team, we all have those months where people have tried their hardest and they've missed promotions. They can't get the orders. Sometimes you can't change these things, but what you have got to do is you have got to be able to say, do you know what? Did you try your hardest? Yeah. Did I, was there any more I could do? No. You can't change everything, but you should be able to ask yourself those questions and be able to answer those questions. If you're a bit like, I could have tried harder, then no, you haven't committed. So make sure you revamp your DMO. Go back and have a little look at your DMO and do revamp it. Again, something that I have is I have a product DMO and I have a recruitment DMO, because again, I find that if I have them both on a DMO and I've got like DMO 5 to 8 posts, they might be a bit wishy-washy. Whereas if I've got a product DMO where I'm like, right, 3 to 5 on my product DMO posts, and then on my recruitment DMO, I've got 2 recruitment posts, I know I am actually physically covering recruitment 1 post, recruitment 2 post. So again, have a look at your DMO, see what works for you. Also as well, design a timetable for you. So are you someone that needs to get all your work done in the morning? Are you better in the morning? Are you someone that's like, do you know what? My mornings are chaotic. I can't commit to the mornings, but I can commit to an hour in the evening. So again, don't focus on anyone else's business, because like lots of people will get up and they'll do a 5 a.m. call. Like Sara, you were saying yesterday, you are a 5 a.m. person. But that for everybody. My kids usually wake up around 6 till 6:30. I'm also in it. You need to do your DMO for you. So I only do an evening, so I'm going to do it in the morning, but I'm going to do it badly. No, make that decision that you're going to do it in the time that suits you, not in a time that suits anyone else. Not in a time that suits your upline or your sideline. You know, it's your business. Actually, you know, take that ownership and be like, no, I can't get on this call, but I'm going to do my DMO in an evening because that's what suits me. That's what suits my business. And actually, it's probably what suits your tribe. If you look at who's on your social media, it's probably who suits your tribe. So design a timetable, you know, and if you are a morning person, always make sure that you are starting your day with either morning meditation, making sure you're doing some mindset, making sure you're writing down those affirmations. If you're a nighttime person, or like me and you do both, make sure you go into bed doing meditation, writing out that journaling, doing your affirmations, go to bed listening to something. Again, I think we're all really bad in this business that we're always on our phones till we constantly go to bed. So what I've actually made the conscious decision of doing is getting off my phone, getting into bed and putting something on to feed my mind before I go to sleep. It relaxes us, but it also, you know, we're going to bed in the right frame of mind as well. So make sure you really design that timetable of when you can actually commit to this business. The next thing you also need to really look at is getting an accountability buddy. So it could be someone who's in the same position as you. It could be someone who's going for the same position as you. It could be that it's someone in your team or a different team, but get that accountability buddy, that person you can check in with, but also that person on the really bad days you can go, I'm having a bad day. This is this. And actually, half the time I find once you've had that little rant to them, you go, oh, I feel much better now. I don't even need to go over that again. That is me. I'll literally have a little rant or moan to someone and go, that's it. I don't even need to discuss this anymore. I'm quite happy. But also that accountability buddy, you can bounce ideas off. Now, I'm actually really controversial with this, and I think don't get an accountability buddy with someone who's in your team. I think get an accountability buddy with someone who is in a different team, because you both have different focuses, and also you both get different ideas of how different teams work. And not that there is ever any competition, but I think sometimes in teams there might be a little bit of competition. So I think having an accountability buddy with someone in a different team, you just thrive. You've got better ideas, you bounce off each other. Sometimes different teams know different things. Like we've said this in the car, there's 4 of us in the car today, and all of us go, oh, I didn't know this. And then someone will say something, and someone will say, oh, I didn't know that. You know, again, the beauty of being around people from different teams. So get yourself an accountability buddy. Also as well, if you've got a team, do a boot camp during the 90 days. Now, it could be that you've got, you know, you set one task for everybody to do every single day. Now, it could be a posting task, it could be an accountability task, it could be a mindset task, or whatever it is, but start a boot camp with your team, because it's going to give you something to focus on every single day. And also, if you are going for a position, you know, if you've got team, that team's going to help you get to that position as well. So if everyone's focusing, if everyone's doing a boot camp, it's going to help you towards your promotion as well. So boot camps work absolutely amazing. Also as well, the last thing I would say is when you are doing a 90-day game plan, it's great to commit to the business side of it. You need that. But most importantly, you have to commit to either a product goal or a new transformation goal. Now, I'm not saying you've got to go, right, I'm going to you know, I'm going to lose an extra 2 stone or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you need to have a health focus for that 90 days. Now, it might be that you want to commit and you want to get yourself back in the gym. It might be that you want to walk more. It might be that you want to drink more water. But you have also got to have that health focus for that 90 days, as well as that business focus for those 90 days. Because that is going to make sure, you hear it all the time, people go, you've got to be a product of the product. And exactly, that's what you've got to do. That's where your orders come from. So if you're not living the mission, you're not going to get anywhere. You know, it's all right putting in all this business work behind the scenes, but if you're not living the mission, if you're not showing people you taking the products, if you're not showing people what goal you're working towards, you're not going to get those orders. So it's just really, really having that commitment, making that decision, and just re-looking at what you're doing in the business. So yeah, that's sort of what I've got written down. I've probably blitzed through it really quickly because I was like, I might run out of signal.
Oh, Jane, that was absolutely amazing. Like, honestly, fire, just one after the other of top tips. And I think everyone knows how incredible 90-day game plans are, or what they could potentially do for your business. So to hear it sort of broken down like that, and obviously you're having such huge success with you and your team at the moment. So to hear, you know, what's working well for you is amazing. So thank you for sharing all of that with us. And I absolutely love that you've done it in the car as well. Can we say hi to everyone? Absolutely amazing on the way home from boot camp. Hi ladies, hi Kelly.
You've got the new national marketing director.
You've got the NMD car there. I love it. Hi guys.
So it is the NMD car. It really is.
Oh, I love it. Amazing. And I really love that you've...
Sarah, that's good timing.
Oh, no, I love that you've been able to do this in the car. That's real dedication. So thank you so much. Everyone put your top tips in the chat, please. For me, obviously, you know, make that decision. This is what I'm going for. This is what I want to achieve. Revamp your DMO and make it smaller. It's something that was covered a lot yesterday. I really, really love that idea. We can get so overwhelmed with our DMOs. Going live every single day, making it simpler and making it smaller means that you're going to be more consistent with it every single day. Getting yourself an accountability buddy, and you know, having that health focus and a new transformation in the 90 days. So huge thank you, Jane. We really appreciate it. Have you got a guest coming on, Jane?
I haven't got hold of them. I've literally messaged them and like they haven't got hold of them. But we've got Kelly Quick here. Ask her something.
Go on, Kelly.
Oh my God, what am I doing? Ask her a question, Sarah. Put her on the spot.
Kelly, if you had to say Kelly, if you can hear me, if you had to give us one, just your top tip for getting your position to National Marketing Director, what would it be?
What did you talk about yesterday? Consistency is so important. And as Jane said, don't overcomplicate your DMO. Make sure that you set your DMO so that it's achievable, so that you will get that consistency.
Amazing, ladies, thank you so much. Let's pop them loads of love in the comments. We're so lucky there. We've got 2 brand new NMDs in the business giving us their top tips, so thank you so much. And I love the, you know, we're improvising here. Kelly's like, what the hell are you doing? Luckily, thank you so much, ladies. Have a safe trip home. We'll catch up with you soon. We are going to move on to our next speaker. So we have got up next Unni Anderson. Again, I'm probably going to pronounce that wrong. You know, my pronunciation is not the best, but she is an international marketing director. She's Norwegian and she studied chiropractic, again, wrong, in the USA. She has her own chiropractic clinic since 1983, running a successful clinic alongside her husband, who's also a chiropractor. She joined as a partner in 1994 in the US and 1997 in Norway. She's a part-time stay-at-home mum, organising active and busy family life, and she's an international marketing director. Welcome to the call.
Oh, thank you. Can you all hear me?
I can, yes, perfect.
Oh, good. What an energy on this call. I'm so honored to be here with all of you. I think only a few people here know me, but most of you don't. So I thought first I would tell my story and the journey with the Juice Plus company. And then at the end, maybe you will understand why I'm so passionate about this company. English is not my mother language, so I'm not that fast as everyone else on the call here. In a few months, I'll be 63 years old. I'm still married to the man I met when I was 19 years old. We have 3 grown-up children now. I'm a chiropractor, like you said, by profession, and I started my own chiropractic clinic almost 40 years ago. Together with my husband, who is also a chiropractor. We still work, both of us, now in association with our son, who is also a chiropractor. So I was introduced to Juice Plus by a colleague in 1994. I was pregnant with my daughter. I was very skeptical. I didn't take any supplements. I was a healthy mom, but I was not into supplementation. My colleague kept pushing this product on me, and he showed me the one and only study that was available at that time, and it showed that Juice Plus was bioavailable. And I thought, okay, let's see if that will work on me. So I tried the product, and to be honest, only after 2 weeks, I had so much more energy, and my digestive system started working much, much better. So I continued taking Juice Plus, and I've been doing that for the last 28 years, every day, all over the world where I travel also. At that time, Juice Plus was not available in Norway or Scandinavia. So for the next 3 years, I managed to supply my family and my friends with some Juice Plus every time someone went abroad. And I also chose those 3 years to stay home with 3 small children. And I didn't go back for full time as a chiropractor. Then finally in 1997, Juice Plus came to Scandinavia and Norway. And I had learned over those 3 years that there was a business opportunity with the product. And at that time, the name was NSA International, and I decided to go part-time with the business NSA International and start part-time back in my clinic. I'm very passionate about my chiropractic work and profession, and our mission at the clinic has always been to inspire a healthy lifestyle, inspire my patients to move more, eat well, and think well. And that was the perfect match with the philosophy and the mission of the Juice Plus company. And since then, like I said, I've been working part-time in the clinic and part-time with the Juice Plus company. Network marketing was a totally new business model for me, and I had never heard about it. And many of my friends and my family told me that this was a pyramid scam and I should not be involved with such a business, being a professional healthcare worker. But being a chiropractor, I was also used to be called a quack. So I've never been following the crowd. I've been used to follow my instinct and my heart. And this company, NSA International, also had a heart in the logo, and I signed up with the company. And now the company's name is the Juice Plus Company. And there has never been any controversy in recommending eating more fruits and vegetables, not then and not now. Maybe even more important today, actually. Not even I can manage to have 5 a day or 7 to 13 a day if you are a very active person. So taking Juice Plus to bridge the gap between what we actually should eat and what we are eating is very important. And for me, it was really important also all the studies that continued to come out on the product. And I don't think there's ever been any product that has been published in so many different medical journals at all. Now we have about 40 some plus studies. So my plan B, part-time job as a Juice Plus partner, became just as passionate and valuable for me as my plan A as a chiropractor. Being a partner with the Juice Plus company gave me and my family flexibilities to spend more time together, especially when the children were small through their teenage year and also into their young adults. And over the years when my Juice Plus business grew, it also gave me economical stability and possibility to help our children through their studies and so much more. For me, joining the Juice Plus company, it's also been a journey of personal development. I've had so many good mentors in the company, like leaders in the companies and some of the leaders on the call here today, and also following others like Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, and Robin Sharma, to mention a few. Yes, I have to be honest, there has been some ups and downs. Someone was mentioning like a roller coaster on the call earlier today. In my Juice Plus business also, both in my team sidelines and in the company over the years. I think storms and hurricanes come and go in all businesses, and we just need to try to navigate through them or even shelter ourselves for a while. I also think that strong businesses and leaders and people true to their values always will come through rough waters. I've had partners that come and leave. The president of the company, Jay Martins, his mantra was always find a buddy if you don't have an upline or downline. So I found a sideline in my city, and together we built our business and made our way and journey together to NMDs. And also we told our story on a convention in Berlin. I think it was in 2007, and the story was find a buddy. I also think that the Juice Plus company has changed a lot since I started as a partner in 1994. I'm sure there are others here on the call that would say the same. Like I said, we have more studies that we can really be very happy to have. That's amazing. There is no one else that can refer to such a line of published research in a number of different medical journals. That's also, like I said, give me confidence to trust the products so I can recommend them to others. And over the years, I've been introduced to many new products. And when I started as a partner, it was just the fruits and veggies capsules. And now look at the product line. Yes, I have been a little bit skeptical to a big and long product line, but today I really love them all. When I started, we were about like 300-400 partners on a convention in Europe, and today 3,000 to 4,000 people before the company divided us into regionals. It's always been the same message from the president, Jay Martin, inspiring healthy living around the world and helping as many people as possible to realize their own dreams. This last message is the core value of why I'm so passionate about the Juice Plus company and working with the culture, the atmosphere, and the philosophy of the company. The Juice Plus company has shown me the way to realize my dreams and live my life the way I want to live my life. It's also given me the opportunity to make long-lasting friendships outside my own team in many different countries, sharing the same values as me. So going back to when I started in 1994, eager to share the message of how to bridge the gap of what you should eat and what you really do eat. Now, today, 20 years later, the message is more important than ever, I think. It's never been more important to take care of your health and your finances. The Juice Plus company has all this with the founder himself, Mr. Jay Martin, and his values, visions, and missions. And now I think it's all up to us to carry this on and get the message out there. And I really wish for all of you to succeed with the Juice Plus company. It's really worth to be a stayer. And good luck to all of you, and thank you for your time. And I'm also going to bring in my teamie, Eva Maria. She is a much more bubbly person with a lot of energy than me. So Eva, are you there? Let's hear your short story.
I'm here, Unni. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, that's great. Thank you, bubbly, I don't know. English is not my native language as well, but I will try to speak up and be quick. Unni, you are the reason I'm here, because you have been living the mission. The money is in the follow-ups, and you have been following up with me 100 of times before I finally said yes. My journey with the Juice Plus product started already back in 2014. It's 8 years now. At the time, I was in a maternity group with a physiotherapist, and I suffered from severe inflammations in both my arms and shoulders, and she recommended products to me at the time. I also was a big skeptical person, and the fact that it was a network marketing product, that was the reason I said no a couple of times. But then we became friends, and one day I said yes, and she gave me a presentation, and I learned so much about how my body is functioning. So I bought into it and started the products, and I bought everything that was at the time. I bought the premium capsules, I bought the shakes, I bought the bars, I bought everything. And I didn't dare to tell my husband at the time. So, but the funny thing, because I didn't have any expectations of what these products could do, because I had been paying a lot of money to do different treatments in my shoulders, and I couldn't understand why this is going to be any better. But within the first 4 months, because when you get a supply, you get it for 4 months, and before my next delivery, my inflammation was gone. They disappeared, and I didn't do anything about it. I did a little adjustments in my diet, and I took the capsules and I drank 1 shake a day, and that's it. And I have never had the inflammations again. But the other thing that maybe is one of my biggest personal, the thing I'm most grateful for, is that I got my energy back, because I was a burnt out mother of 4. My husband traveled around the world, so my days it was very, very hectic and busy. So when I got my energy back, I was able to do a lot of changes. I was able to start working out. I was able to eat better. I became a better mom, more patient with my children. And when I got to know about the products, they also told me about the business opportunity. So instantly in my heart, I felt that this is something I want to do. In my head, there was not a chance. So I was working undercover, being a customer, doing my own health journey for a couple of years before I started to share the products. And but I'm a late bloomer. I have been in the business for 8 years, 2 years undercover, and now last year I actually decided to quit my job. I worked as preschool teacher in childcare. And I quit my job to be home with my kids and do this business full time. And when I was working alongside growing this business actually gave me the opportunity to work part-time. I had this nice extra income, and I could reduce my work, and that was so valuable for me at the time when my kids were small and my husband was away. So I worked part-time for a few years before I quit my job, actually. So this business, like you said, Unni, it has opened my eyes. It has opened some doors that I'd never expected it would. I see opportunities that I didn't see before. So for me, going back to a regular Monday to Friday 8 to 4 job, I don't think it will ever happen again, because the freedom this business is giving me, and being able to take care of my health, take care of my kids, take care of my husband, and being the best me. I think that is the best gift that these products and this business has given me, for sure. And I will spread the message around the world as long as I live. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you, Unni, as well. I love hearing from people who've been in the business for such a long time. So thank you very much. I love what you said about it being a personal development journey, getting yourself that buddy in the business. We've heard that quite a few times on the call today. And I always think of the things that you hear being repeated over and over again are the ones that we really need to take action on. You know, making loads of friends, realizing your dreams, and you know, like you said, it's just never been more important to take care of your health and finances. And you know, Jeff says health and finances never go out of fashion, does it, ever? We're always going to be needing to focus on those. And even Marie, you know, more energy, being a better mum, I can totally relate to that. Thank you so much. We are going to move on to our final speaker of the day. I'm sure we're all so excited. It's Sinead Kavanagh. She's a PMD plus in the business. Huge inspiration to me and so many people in the business. It's someone, even when I first joined the business, you know, almost 7 years ago, who I used to really look up to and really followed her journey. So I'm really excited to welcome her to the call today. And Sinead's going to be talking to us about what it takes to be successful with Juice Plus.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, hello.
Oh, hello everyone. It's so lovely on here, but so many familiar faces and so many faces I've not seen for so long. Hello everyone, hope you guys are well. I'm going to be talking about what it takes to be successful in our business. And you know what, it's really strange. I've been in this business now for nearly 10 years. And to me, that is absolute, like, that still blows my mind a little bit, because it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it's that long. And I've had such a journey, such a life journey, such a business journey. And I feel like the thing about our business and our industry, I feel like we've got the best company with the best leadership team. But I feel like the thing that what it really takes to have a successful business within our industry is really being true to yourself and really identifying where you are in the journey, and obviously kind of like the next step of where you want to be. So as Unni mentioned before about the sort of the company vision, which is, or the company mission, sorry, the healthy living around the world, that wasn't why I got involved. So I think this is really important to understand sometimes where we are now versus where we started, because then we'll capture all the different types of potential team members and customers along the way. So I started when I was 25 years old, and for me, it was completely about the diet mentality. And it was something that was obviously it was something that I was kind of like an internal battle, really, where I'd done all these crazy kind of diets, and it felt like something new that I hadn't done. And I was obviously in quite a negative spiral with that kind of world, right? So I feel like sometimes, and I feel like it's important to say that, because that's the reality of some of our team members and some of our customers, that they might not, sometimes they tell us what they want us to hear, but we may have to dig a little bit deeper to find out a real root of how we can really help them with our products. And for me, that's kind of how I got started. And then I was a customer of the products for many months before I knew there was a business. And once I realized that there was a business side of it and I could make some money, I was absolutely sold. And that was kind of like my introduction of how I got in. Then for me, as sort of the first few years went, so I got to PMD in my first 11 months of the business while I was pregnant. And a big motivator for me at that point of my life was I was working 50 hours a week in a corporate setting, and I was going to become a new mum. And they, to me, felt like completely two lives that didn't make sense that they were ever going to be together. So I didn't understand how was I going to be able to afford to have a baby when I had no money if I wasn't working? And then how was I going to work all these hours? Where was the childcare money coming from? And it really came from a frantic, almost kind of like, it turned into that frantic momentum, frantic action, because I was so desperate at that point to make a massive shift in my life. Now, I don't regret any of the parts of these journey. I feel like you learn something along the way. So for me, at that point, the growth was really, really led by my personal why, and kind of like trying to create a sustainable lifestyle for myself that was going to work as me as a mum. Now, the reason I mentioned about the personal why is because when it comes to what I believe, when it comes to having a mission of our business, our products, our company, is that your reality will change over the years. And sometimes I think people need to maybe reposition themselves to their current why, because maybe we're hanging on to an old why or an old story. Sometimes we don't realise we're hanging on to an old story, but it doesn't have as much energy and as much actual passion for us currently in that state. Therefore, you're not going to be energised by that why anymore. Or sometimes we cling on to a why that maybe wasn't even ours to begin with. And I've seen this quite a few times. Like you see this, I suppose I call it like the X Factor thing, where like you see X Factor and people feel like they need to have a really dramatic story to show why they're good at singing, which doesn't really make any sense, because if you're going to sing, it really has nothing to do with anything in the background, but it's a good story, right? So with the X Factor, what I call the X Factor thing is, I think sometimes people like, they sort of cling on to like maybe there's a little bit of truth in it sometimes, I don't know, but they cling on to a story that they think sounds good. And if they, or maybe they've had success with this version of the story before. And once again, if it's not you in the moment that you are now, you're not going to have the same energy delivering it. So when it comes to the company's Wife of the World, healthy living around the world, 10 years in, that definitely resonates with me now. It didn't resonate with me when I was 25 years old, because at 25, I was very much in my own world. Like I was trying to still figure out my own shit. I wasn't wise enough to think of my external kind of reality. But what I tend to sort of focus in now, and what I sort of help and teach within my business and my team, is to have a vision for yourself, check in with yourself, a vision for yourself now, where you are currently at, and maybe understand the versions on the way. They're very helpful to see where other people are at, but have one for the product and have one for the business. Because I think for me, that's been something that's really helped re-energize me back into this company, after having my own personal battles of the last few years of my own things going on. And we all have life going on, and we all have incredible team members that all of a sudden have life going on, and we want to help them, you know, find a way to get back in, but sometimes it can be so cloudy and people think they need to be an old version, etc. So for me now, the things, when I look at the products, I think of how can I be, I suppose the way we describe it is, how could I be like a product to the product? But I don't quite like that terminology anymore, to be honest. But like, how can I be my healthiest self so that I'm showing up authentically for me in my life when there's no cameras, but also when there are cameras and I'm talking to my team, customers, etc. And optimum health for me now is understanding and learning exactly why, you know, like stress is the biggest cause of most diseases, to be honest. Stress in your body's inflammation. Why and where do our products fit that? And it's not necessarily that I need to overkill that information with customers or with team members, but it gives me complete integrity in our product. Therefore, I'm happier talking about it, because I feel like I know I believe in it. Therefore, I'm happy talking about it, if that makes sense. And I know some of you, the ones on here who are medical professionals, are like, yeah, that's obvious. It wasn't obvious to me. It wasn't obvious to me when I first started. So for me, like the health side of our business, the sort of health side of our business, which is the product side, is understanding that actually what we call the healthcare system is just the medical care system, and healthcare starts with you, and healthcare starts with what you put in your body and the thoughts that you have while you're putting things in your body, and why we recommend these products and the healthy kind of mentality behind it, etc. So for me, that's a big thing now, and it's one of the, like, if you ever see me trying to go for another company, now I've absolutely lost my mind, because I cannot see another company that fit. Obviously these are my beliefs, but I can't see another company that does what we do. But then so kind of like, that's how I've reevaluated my product story, right? So I want to talk about the business one, because obviously that's where I feel like I probably had my most success and my most growth. So when it comes to offering our business opportunity, the way that I've always kind of looked at it, and I suppose it's on reflection really, of kind of how a lot of people live, where people, like a lot of people, how am I wording this correctly? We live in a world where we know that what people show on social media is not necessarily a true reflection of their life. I'm sure we can all agree that there are some things that have been highly edited, right, to make it look a bit shinier, look a bit more positive, etc. And I was definitely guilty of that. So if you met me 5 years ago, you'd think I was so happy in my life. I was newly married, I had the house, all of these things I never would have had apart from this business, by the way, but I wasn't happy. But I felt like I needed to pretend I was happy. And for me, that's been a big part of my journey, where I really kind of unpick exactly where my, I want to say obsession obsession, not even passion, obsession of this company comes from. Because my thing now, so I know my why for me, my daughter, I know my product why, but my why for the business has never been stronger, where I want to help women, especially mothers, be financially independent. And I don't the big thing with network marketing and MLM over the years is this big thing about financial freedom, where you can do whatever you want and you can be on holiday every day of the year and all these things. And they're great for people who want that. That doesn't fit the reality of my life. It doesn't fit the reality of most of my team members' lives who've got children. I'd love to be on holiday every day, but she needs to go to school, and I love her going to school. Lockdown was brutal when she was constantly looking at me. I love her going to school. So for me, financial independence actually is where I know that I'm helping create a really positive ripple effect of women who were perhaps a bit like me, were not quite living the life that they wanted to live. And by having financial independence, it gives them options and choices to get that, to get their life in order. And I've had many women, I think this is why it's probably heightened it for me as well, because there are many women within my business who sort of after a few years of, and then sort of success and income, etc., and through learning confidence about themselves and through gaining all of that kind of the stuff that you can't buy, right, the growth, have said actually that what has helped me do is I was in a relationship that I didn't really want to be in, but I couldn't afford not to be in it, but now I've got my own back. Or on another side, women who have said, actually, I thought I was in a relationship because I needed him in terms of income. But actually, what I've realized is that we have all the income that we need. And actually, our relationship is a lot stronger for very, very different reasons. And it takes away that kind of frantic energy from something else. Because I think, the number one thing couples argue about is money. So it's so, for me, that's my massive driver of offering the business opportunity. And I respect that it's got nothing to do with the business opportunity, but sometimes it's a really, really important part of building a successful business. If you look at the back history of the founders and CEOs of the biggest companies and biggest brands of the world, usually, I'd say probably 9 times out of 10, I'm making it up, I've actually got no idea. But I would a bold estimate, 9 times out of 10, the founder, the person who created that product, service, whatever, it matched a very personal need that they had in their life, and it created something that they needed for themselves. Therefore, they knew it was going to be of benefit to other people. And that's how I now see our business. And it's completely changed how I deliver when I show up for my team. It's completely, I don't have to necessarily talk about it like this I have with all you guys in this sort of extent, but it definitely gives me a different energy. So when you've been in this business for however many, it doesn't even matter really however many years or months or whatever you've been, there are highs and lows of your energy. There are highs and lows of the days where your personal life gets tough and maybe you don't want to show up. For me, having a why, so I call that my why for the world. So my why for me is obviously my daughter, our little bubble of the world, our little slice of the pie, whatever you want to call it. And that's great. And it can only really motivate me so far, because sometimes I get so stuck in it, I can't be bothered doing anything else. But my why for the world really keeps me going on the days where I maybe wouldn't show up for myself, and I wouldn't show up for someone in my business. If I see that person as a number, right, which I'm not, I have done, I think it's a common thing that happens when you're building a business and you're constantly looking at numbers and measurements and all those things. I think it's definitely easy to get stuck into that kind of that mode, and you sort of forget that people are people, right? But it's one of those things that allows you to really show up for people because there's a mission behind it. And whether or not that mission even matches that person, you've no idea, it doesn't matter, because it's an internal kind of feeling. And it inspires me to share our business, and it keeps me obviously energized to share the business. But inspiration is internal, isn't it? Motivation is external, inspiration's there, but it inspires me to keep going because I think of all the potential realities that can come from that. And and I suppose I'm going off topic, but if you've met me before, it's common. So if you think about sort of the ripple effect of creating these environments or these sort of mini ecosystems, I suppose, where you've got genuinely happy family units, I can only see a massive positive ripple effect of that moving forward. Because I think if you were to look at our society as a whole now, where we've got lots of adults who are children in adults' bodies, who are like where health is a problem because and you can look at the reasons why, and you can go right back for all different psychological things with childhood, etc. It all kind of stems from feelings of not feeling good enough, etc. It's like it's kind of, I hope this is making sense. I wrote notes and it made perfect sense in my notes as I'm delivering it. I'm not quite sure if I'm on the mark, but I feel like a lot of the problems we have as a society potentially could have been very, very different if the home environment was healthier and if the home environment was safer, and loads of kind of things that kind of impact from that. So even my sort of, in my mind, why I love the business, my wife for the world, which is creating financial independence for women, and then I see that being impacting into healthier homes, happier children growing up who are understanding about nutrition, who understand about the why it's important to have positive attitude, etc. I can only see all of that moving forward being a massive positive ripple effect, and that's what keeps me going. And and I hope that makes sense, because it's definitely something I've had to really think about in terms of like try and connect all the dots, which is easier looking back and connecting the dots than it is sometimes connecting dots moving forward. But I think the biggest tip that I would give anyone who is building our business or for whatever reason, like, I hate the word stuck. I don't think it, I just don't believe I can understand where people feel stuck. I feel like when people get stuck, it's I think it's like either some form of procrastination to move forward, maybe, where they're afraid of being seen, afraid of really being themselves. So I feel like if you had a really strong why for you, a strong why for your business, strong why for your product, and your really big why for the world, I don't think people would have the feeling of being stuck or the feeling of not being afraid to be seen, because the message is more important than us, right? The message is more important than our ego. It's more important than the fear of what people might say about us, because the message is bigger than us. And the message, to try and sum this up, the message that I like to deliver is everyone deserves to understand and know what a healthy body feels like. I suffer from autoimmune disease. I've got loads of problems in my body that I'm trying to unpick and fix. And I know that I deserve to be healthy and happy in my body. And I know that everyone deserves that feeling. And then I know that everyone deserves a feeling of financial security, where you're not panicking about how you're going to pay the bills or if you could put the heating on. Like, the world that we currently live in right now is absolutely, it's insane. And it's no fault of any of the people. It's not to shame people for these fears, but these fears should not exist. We shouldn't have this, we shouldn't have these many problems with our health as a society, when we know that by eliminating stress in your body can reduce so much of it. And we shouldn't have the fears of like being able to feed your kids or put the heating on, because we've come so far, like, it doesn't make sense. So I feel like having such a strong why behind what we're sharing, for me, helps me show up in a different way. And I understand that when we really boil it down, it's just a product and a business opportunity, and I've definitely exploded it somewhat. But sometimes I think that's what we need, to understand that that is the impact that this can have on people, because it's certainly had the impact on that on my life. And like, I know that I'm not special. So if it's done that to me, I know what it can do to other people. And that is all for me. Thank you very much for not leaving, because I'd have got really paranoid if all the numbers went down. That's it for me. And thank you so much for James for inviting me onto this call. It's been such a pleasure. And my hope for you guys is to just really evaluate where you are in your why, and then maybe how you can add to your message and show up as a more powerful version of yourself, because people need what we have. They just do. They need our products, and they need the financial stability of our business, and it's an opportunity for absolutely everybody.
Oh, Sinead, I really, really, really enjoyed that, and I feel like it's something I definitely needed to hear. And I think when you've been in the business for a long time, like you said, you've been in the business 10 years, I've almost been in the business for 7 years, and it's so relatable when you say your why completely changes, and you might start for certain reasons or certain health reasons and stuff, and then almost as time goes on, it doesn't really resonate with you anymore, and you need to change that and look into it so that you can offer the products and the business genuinely and authentically. And it was only a short while ago, you might get, not, I don't know if there's some newer people on the call, but you might get maybe bored of sharing results pictures or stuff like that, because you want to share the bigger health reasons behind the products that are maybe more important to you now than what it was all those years ago. So thank you. I'm not going to start rambling now. I don't want to take away anything from what you said, but it really resonated with me today. And the fact that you've got that serious why of why you're doing this, why you're doing the products, why you're doing the business. And I love that you broke it down, because I haven't heard that before, into your why for you, a why for the products, a why for business, a why for the world. So something I'm definitely going to take away from your presentation. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Pop your top takeaways from Sinead's presentation in the comments today. I absolutely enjoyed it. I've loved today's call. I really enjoy these calls every month. I think it's really nice to hear from such different people in the business from all over the world. Huge thank you to James for arranging another incredible call, and for Paula for co-hosting as well. And I suppose what I'll just leave you with is, what I touched on a little bit earlier, is that we do just have such a short time left of this year. It's just 78 days, and we know that the new year can be really special for us in our business, but it's all about the foundations, the groundwork, and the seeds that we are planting right now. So have maybe this weekend, go away and have a look at what your why is, why you are doing the business, how you're going to share the products, how you're going to share the business. Maybe have a look at how you're going to look at the new product launch, or what you're going to be offering for November. So there's just so many things that we can take away from today's call, but I wish you all good luck for the coming months. Wish you all good luck for the next 78 days. I for certain am putting my foot down, getting to work, and setting ourselves up for success in the new year. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye.